Imagine waking up to a security update notification on your Pixel, only to find out that one entire Pixel series is being skipped, not because it's outdated or no longer supported, but because Google claims there's nothing to fix. That's exactly what just happened with the October update, and it's a pretty unusual move from Google. Here's what's interesting. Google rolled out the October update to almost every supported Pixel model, Pixel 6a all the way to the Pixel 10 Pro XL, including tablets and folds. But the Pixel 6, Pixel 6 Pro, and Pixel 6a from the 2021 lineup didn't get anything this time. No security patch, no bug fixes, nothing. Some users even noticed this earlier when the July update skipped their Pixel 6 units too. Now, speculation is growing that Google simply didn't see enough issues on the Pixel 6 lineup to justify pushing an update. And when Google says there were no functional or security fixes needed, that naturally raises a few eyebrows. Why does this matter? Because it's rare for a company to skip a software update cycle on a device that's still in its support window. Normally, even a minor security patch is pushed out just to keep things uniform. By skipping the Pixel 6 series completely, Google may be signaling that either the device has reached a pretty stable phase or they're slowly phasing it out of priority without officially ending support. For users, this brings up a question. Should you feel confident that your Pixel 6 is just that stable, or slightly concerned that updates are no longer a priority? Now, let's talk about what actually changed in this October rollout. Because while there were no security patches this time, there were several functional fixes aimed at cleaning up day-to-day annoyances. Starting with the Pixel 7 lineup, Pixel 7, 7 Pro, and 7a, all three models are getting a fix for screen flickering and sudden shutdowns under certain conditions. That's a pretty big quality of life improvement, because random display glitches are the kind of thing that makes a phone feel unreliable over time. Moving to the Pixel 10 series, including the Pixel 10, 10 Pro, and the 10 Pro XL, Google addressed an issue where users occasionally saw a frozen or fuzzy display. Visual bugs like that might sound small, but they break immersion and make even a flagship phone feel unfinished. So it's good to see that cleared up early in the Pixel 10's lifecycle. The Pixel tablet gets its own specific fix too. This one targets system instability. Tablets are often used for longer, more continuous sessions like media or productivity, and random instability can be a deal breaker. A dedicated fix here shows Google is keeping an eye on how its tablet ecosystem performs in real use. Then there's a UI cleanup that affects a wide range of devices, from the Pixel 7 series all the way to the Pixel 10 Pro XL, including folds and tablets. Users reported that after opening the camera, a semi-transparent background would remain stuck on screen. It sounds minor, but it's the kind of thing that makes the software feel less polished, especially on premium hardware. Google patched that across the board. More small but meaningful improvements include fixing the flashlight status not showing up properly in the at-a-glance widget. This one applies to the newer Pixel 9 and Pixel 10 lines. Again, it's a tiny interface detail, but at a glance is one of Google's most visible UI elements, so when it misbehaves, people notice. And finally, a fix for system UI crash triggered when starting or stopping casting via the media output switcher. This one also spans almost every recent Pixel model, from the 7 series to the 10 series and even the foldables. A crash every time you try to cast media isn't just an annoyance, it disrupts the core Android experience. So this patch is easily one of the more important ones, despite not being a security fix. So here's the takeaway. While the Pixel 6 series skipped the update entirely, the rest of the Pixel family received a batch of refinements that target bugs you'd only notice after using the phones regularly. These aren't flashy new features. They're invisible quality improvements that quietly make your device feel smoother and more reliable. And in a way, that's more valuable than a feature drop that you'll try once and forget. But the bigger conversation is about what Google's silence on the Pixel 6 update means. If your device didn't get anything this month, you could read it one of two ways. Either your phone is stable and genuinely doesn't need a patch, or Google is beginning to shift attention towards newer hardware, preparing users for a future where the Pixel 6 sits in the background of the update cycle. Either way, this October rollout highlights something important. Stability is becoming just as much of a selling point as new features. And for Pixel users, that might be the most welcome update of all. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.